Starts now. Old Paradians 7-8-50. Old Eltham Collegians 5-8-38. Ball gets tossed up. No ruckman getting a clear look at it. Kicked off the ground though by Franz. Towards half forward. Cox will get there first if he picks it up cleanly. He can't. Overran the footy. Kafari got it over to Colatillo, who also didn't pick it up cleanly. Ball spilling around at the moment. O'Sullivan, Mahoney, spilling still. Nolan wrapped in a big tackle by Kieran Malone. I reckon we're good in terms of weather for the rest of the afternoon, which is great for everybody involved, even though it is still pretty slippery by the looks of it. So which side can be cleaner as it stands. Tap will work here for the Turtles, who are able to get the clearance towards half forward. Picked up well by Smith Marks. Fumbled it in the right way. Over to McCaffer, who snaps it around on his left. Keys almost with the mark outstretched. Couldn't take it. Ball hits ground level. Smith Marks. Handball intercepted by Nicolo. Nolan. They're doing well here, operating. They get it over to Mahoney, who gets it in the centre of the Garvey Oval. Towards the pocket he goes, and almost a mark taken by Healy, who goes to ground level. Doing well there is Hallett, who also now goes to ground level. The ball getting closer and closer to the boundary line. Players slipping everywhere, and now we will see the ball thrown in.
Good work by Nicolo. It looked like that Matthew Keys was almost certainly going to mark. Nicolo got the punch in, and then he got the intercept handball about 30 seconds later.
Boundary throw in a minute in. It's Old Paradians that lead by 12 points in this final quarter. The Raiders have not lost at home so far in 2024. The Turtles looking to avoid 2 straight defeats. McCaffer, another clearance for him. Bouncing ball in the middle of the ground. Who gets there first? Doing well was Desmond, who just had to absorb that big tackle coming his way. And we're going to have a ball up in the middle of the ground. The Rucks prepare to go at it again. It's Learson. He's done every one of them. Up against Franz, who's done the majority as well for Old Paradians. That ball not going anywhere. We're going to have a secondary stoppage. So again, same 2 rucks at it. Learson will try to get it backwards. McCaffer still able to impact the contests, but no, he's won a free kick. So Brent McCaffer's got the footy. Yeah, true centre half back. Just sends it deep inside 50. Here's a chance for Williamson to fly. Keys went up as well. Smith Marks front and centre. Got the handball away to Burns. This could be the perfect start to the last quarter for Old Eltham Collegians, and it is. Thomas Burns kicks his second of the afternoon, and the margin has reduced to 6 points. 7-8-50 Old Paradians. Old Eltham Collegians 6-8-44, and while the big men flew, it allowed Smith Marks, Josh, to be front and centre.
He's been brilliant in patches this contest. Thomas Burns has loomed large as well in that forward 50. Got him the 2 goals as well. The second multiple goal kicker in this contest for Old Eltham Collegians alongside Nicholas Milne. As Nick mentioned, it's 6 points the margin at the 3-minute mark of this final quarter. They have proven in the past, the Turtles, they can come from margins. Obviously, go back to round 1 this season, Doug.
Yeah, and that's right. They were actually something over 40 points down that game. Today they only need 1 goal and a bit to hit the front, so they're close enough if good enough. Let's see if they're good enough.
It's back up in the middle of the Garvey Oval we go. It'll be Franz and Learson, the latter getting the tap down. The Old Eltham Collegians getting the clearance. Smith Marks did really well, got the backwards handball to McCaffer, just thumps it on the boot, looking in the Williamson direction. Burns on the ground. Instead, it's Braden Taglieri who got a grubber of a kick, looking for Nick Milne. Try to get a handball away. It's rushed through by William Gilmore. Handy point for the Turtles, though. 6-9-45. Old Paradians 7-8-50. 3.5 minutes gone. Final quarter.
Started every quarter really promisingly, Old Eltham Collegians. It's just going to be a matter of if they can continue this trend throughout the rest of this term to give themselves the best chance to win. As the clearance comes from Eriksson. Good little leap and a good mark by Brunskill at halfback. The key defender for Old Paradians. Ooh, dangerous ball, not 15, so forces Eriksson to quickly get boots of ball. Colatillo dropped the mark he should have taken. Basketball bounced it back to himself under a bit of pressure. And a great smother out of bounds by Murphy. And you can just see the intensity start to rise a little bit in this game, Doug.
Yeah, that's right. And the Turtles have lifted their game. Of course, they needed to win. But they look like they really switched on at the moment. 5
points the margin then. Early stages of this last quarter. Tap from Franz. Learson trying to push it forward. He's trying to push it forward really well, and he did okay. Now a chance here for Burns. Gave it over to McCaffer. Tried to give it back to Burns, but ran out of room. Burns still able to emerge with the footy. He got the handball away. And Maroney managed to get boot to ball. It's cleared, though, by the Raiders. They go inside towards the centre wing. Big collision. Alice down. Hasn't moved. Johnston still with the footy in hand. Trying to look for the boundary line. McCaffer, no. Can't keep it in play.
And there is two Turtles players very slow to get up. And, Tim Ellis is one, and the other is Hallett. And Hallett's probably the worst for wear, but now he is jogging off. Jogging back to defence. While Tim Ellis is actually going off the ground.
Keep a close eye on that one. See if he comes back on. Timothy Ellis done a pretty decent job in defence. As the Turtles vice captain is back up in the contest we go. The big fist from Lewis France just went over the top of Rushton McCoach. Got the tackle in. Bradley Johnston looking for Brett McCaffer. Got it to him. Bodie Maroney goes straight through the spine, and a big bump there by Thomas Burns. And an illegal one according to the umpire.
That was a massive hit.
That was as big a hit as you can get. You could probably hear it from right out here in the pavilion. It was right in the middle of Garvey Oval, and it looks like it might be Heath Phillips, the 22-year-old, who'll take this free kick. He's back up on his feet, which is great to see. And we'll take this kick. Look for the handball receive option. Ericsson just decides to go down the line now, looking for Healy. Couldn't take the mark. Paradians have the numbers on the ground. But it's wrapped up, and McCaffer managed to get a handball out. The kick away goes to Heath Phillips, who spilt the ball. Still managed to get a tap forward to Brunskill. Ericsson on the outside, and there's a sling free kick going in the direction of Declan Brunskill, who might look to take his time or look to immediately launch inside 50.
7 minutes in, 5 points the difference in this crucial Heidelberg Golf Club Division 3 clash. As they kick it inside 50, off hands. Whittle's still a chance. Taglieri at the back of the pack's able to get the clearing kick. It might work here for Keys over the top if he can run onto it. In there, though, again, is Brunskill, who was able to shrug the tackle really well. Spears it towards half forward. Nolan couldn't get a hand onto it. Smith Marks has to track back. Russian McCoach didn't get the footy either. And umpire called for a ball up.
Yeah, Brunskill's had a great last 2 or 3 minutes.
Yeah.
He's been in the play continually.
Ball will be tossed up. Half forward for Old Paradians. Getting to tap his Franz. Another stoppage, though, by the looks of it. And in a game that's only had 13 goals, who knows if this is the next goal wins scenario. Still very early, of course, only 8 minutes in, but in a low-scoring encounter, who knows. Tap might work for the Raiders if they're clean enough. Ball at ground level. High. Free kick goes to the Turtles. So now they'll have a chance. They're at half back. Almost right through the corridor, and that's where they go again. Tumbling ball towards centre half forward. Williamson didn't take the mark. He's probably still yet to take one in this game.
And it looked like for all the world he was going to take that marker. They just haven't been able to stick for him today. And, of course, the precipitation probably hasn't helped him.
He's still a bit sore and in a bit of pain as well, Williamson. It's the back of his head that's causing him the most concern. But we're going to have a ball up.
Still in the centre square, forward for Old Eltham Collegians. France with the tap down. Marcus Nolan runs away from the stoppage and looks down the line to Mitch Merkel and finds him. Half forward flank far side, kick was smothered, and it'll be turned over here. Ben Cox looking for a handball over the top, but it was a really good smother from the handball by Merkel, who slips on his feet, invites the Ben Cox pressure, and gets the holding the ball free kick. There's the umpire to the Old Eltham Collegians, and 50.
He was a bit stiff there, Merkel, because he was all in the clear had he been able to keep his feet.
It's just a slippery track at the moment as McCaffer launches inside 50. Keys looming around this. Ericsson falls out the back for him. Tries to get a handball away, doesn't. Williamson applying some good pressure. Old Eltham Collegians get the high free kick.
Smith Marks.
And it's a good chance here for Jay Smith Marks, who has looked threatening in that forward half with some nice delivery and a couple of nice delivery mainly. Can go back and kick his first goal of this contest and to give Old Eltham Collegians the lead.
Yeah, but at 40 metres out and on a fairly acute angle, it's a difficult shot for him.
Could be one of the goals of the day, this one, if he does slot this through, just does Jay Smith marks. Because as you mentioned, Doug, it is a tight angle as in he comes now. It leaves the boot really well to the right, though. Ooh. It's a good effort from Jay Smith marks, just the minor score. 50-46, 10 minutes played, final quarter.
Still a crucial stage of the game. You would think at this point in time.
Now, I know they're in front, but the Raiders need to find something. At the moment, the Turtles have got all the play, and I think the Raiders need to either lift or just have some crisp, good ball movement and get the ball down the other end of the field.
Ericsson's going to go to the near side with this kick. 2-1 in favour of the Turtles. Alice back on the field. Nolan spins his way out of trouble and did excellent to find Healy, who goes towards half forward. It's a foot race now. Russian McCoach will try to get there first. In there is Lockie Kerr with his speed. Right on the boundary line, manages to get a kick away. It's a bouncing ball for Lockie Kerr, and it just misses to the right-hand side. Would have been a remarkable goal for the Speedster if he had got that through, but instead the margin's 5 points as we tick towards the 11-minute mark of this final term, and a big kick out of defensive 50 by the Turtles. Ellis tries to punch it forward, missed the footy. Out the back is Nolan again with Williamson catching him. Umpire said he handballed the footy. Now a chance here for all Paradians if they can get it moving. They have to go backwards to go forwards. This is Desmond who goes towards the outer side towards Merkel. Merkel drops the chest mark and then overran the footy, but recovered really well to shrug the tackle and just gets any ball inside 50. Bouncing towards goal. Can it be for Whittle? He goes towards goal, but it misses to the left-hand side. And it's now an even one-goal game. 7-10 plays 6-10. 11.5 gone last turn, Josh.
That game was almost the play from Mitch Merkel was almost the personification of this game. As out wide, Old Eltham Collegians go in the Williamson direction. Nearly took the mark. It falls out the back here to Marcus Nolan, who's taken out of bounds.
And Marcus Nolan had eyes for one thing and only that one, and that was the boundary line, and they'll reset.
So it'll be tossed back into play, forward of centre. Old Paradians on this broadcast side as up goes Williamson in ruck. The tap down from behind from Blair Healy, but gave away the high free kick to Williamson, who handballs it immediately to Brett McCaffer. Onto his right he goes, looking in the direction of Learson. Nearly took the mark, was spoiled out of bounds by Declan Brunskill, and we get a boundary throw in right on the 50-metre arc out here at the Garvey Oval. Old Eltham Collegians attacking half.
6 points they trail by at the moment. Tough game now for these two sides. Really pivotal moment of the contest. Williamson in the ruck punched the ball. McCaffer was able to get bits of ball. It's a holding free kick that goes to the Raiders. And it'll be taken by King.
I reckon more and more as well. You mentioned earlier there might only be a goal or two left in this contest. You might be right, Nick, because as Ben Turner mentioned, whoever defends better is going to get the job done, and all Paradians are doing that so far.
Well, the kick was almost intercepted by Alice. Malone, great punch forward from O'Sullivan. Made work for Russian McCoach, whose handball to Johnson was tough. He almost grabbed it on the full. Alice had to get it away to Malone. He threw it away. Big chance here for the Raiders. This is Whittle. Sends it deep inside 50. Is it a mark? It's a punch away instead. Bouncing ball. Who can get there first? The Turtles have the numbers. They try to get it to the boundary line. The Raiders are unsuccessful. They clear it away now due to visitors. Williamson with a one-on-one mark. Almost couldn't take it. Didn't take it, in fact. Moving it forward still. Here is Fitzgerald, and he's won the free kick. Chance here for Old Eltham Collegians. Meanwhile, Ericsson's down in a lot of pain and has not moved at ground level. We haven't seen Michael Boundy since, so we know we're already one short for Old Paradians, but Ericsson, who's played pretty well today, he's okay, but he's just going to have to come off the ground for a bit of a rest.
Unfortunately, he's right near the interchange area, so that was worked out pretty well for the Raiders.
Gerald sends it towards half forward. Keys was in good position, didn't take the mark. Taglieri managed to get boots of ball towards the corridor, but the Raiders win it, and they'll clear it away. One-on-one contest, punched away by Fitzgerald, didn't get to Williamson. And the Raiders with numbers now can move forward. There's a big chance here. O'Sullivan gets it towards half forward. Another one-on-one. Coming in to help is Alice. Courageous mark at half back.
I think it was Fleming.
I was about to say, it looked like Bryce Fleming.
Fleming.
But Timothy Ellis did well to not allow a jump at the ball for Lewis Francis. Rushton McCoach. He's got Williamson calling for it all by himself, though. Is Campbell Pryor, and it was spoiled by Blair Healy. What
Now,
a contest.
I've heard that Rushton McCoach wants to try out for the NFL. That kick had a little bit too much hang time, which is good in the NFL, but not good right today.
One of the biggest kicks in the NFL Rushton McCoach has. In the meanwhile, Old Eltham Collegians move this ball forward. McCaffrey went the kick off the deck. Old Paradians are able to intercept it though. Rufus Jones with the clearing kick from defence. Rushton McCoach with the spoil. It falls to Blair Healy, who couldn't pick it up cleanly. Sees it out of bounds. Right in front of the Old Paradians bench.
Well, the more and more we go, the more and more Nicholas's prediction looks right, that maybe there's only one goal left in it.
15 and a half gone, final term. There's only been one goal kicked in this whole quarter, and it's been by Old Eltham Collegians. It's another clearance from McCaffrey, who goes inside 50, keys the target. Didn't get a hand onto it. Spinning around is Desmond. Got the handball away to Rufus Jones. Jones at half back will send it towards the corridor. This time Alice couldn't grab the mark. Ground level. The numbers work for the Raiders. The kick inside for Franz is a bouncing ball. Will it favour the Raiders? Still a chance. Cleared away by Robertson, who goes towards the outer side. McCaffrey with the mark. He wants to go quickly. Sends it towards half forward. Was Keys intercepted with it. Went over his and his opponent's head anyway. So still a chance for the Raiders. Nicolo in there at the back of the pack. Able to win the footy. Got the handball away. Wins it back as a 1-2. Nicolo goes towards the outer side. And it works out. They've got the ball at centre wing. They go towards the corridor. Kick might work in favour of Mahoney. Didn't take the mark. Now the Turtles' pressure comes. In there as well is Kafari. And they'll clear it away again. The Turtles out of danger. Bouncing ball. Burns should get to the front of this spot. Still a chance. It's a free kick to Old Eltham Collegians. Big chance here for the visitors. Burns, he's too far out to score. He's going to send it to the top of the goal square. Bouncing ball out the back. Is it a chance for Malone? It still might bounce for him. Tries to handball towards goal bound. Malone can't keep it in. Oh! Insufficient intent.
And they are rarely paid in Division 3, let me tell you.
Malone's going to have a shot from the boundary.
Jeez.
Interesting opportunity. One that doesn't present itself too often.
I reckon that's two today. That's been insufficient intent.
Malone kicked the ceiling goal against Mernda in round one. This to make it a level game. What a goal! Huge major from Kieran Malone. And scores a level. 7-10 apiece. 17 and a half minutes gone, final term.
Well, we're in for an epic finish out here, Doug.
That's right. Now, the locals might have been unhappy with that free kick, but the thing was, it was a difficult shot. Wet day, on the boundary about 20 metres out. Great job by Kieran Malone to kick it. Now we're in for a grandstand finish.
17 and a half minutes gone. Who will get the next punch in this epic contest out here at the Garvey Oval between the Old Paradians and the Old Eltham Collegians? It's definitely lived up to all expectations, this contest out here at the home of the Paradians. It's Learson back into ruck now. Got the tap down looking for McCaffrey, who might have given away the free kick, didn't. It's O'Sullivan, got a handball backwards. Desmond, dance past two. Goes the kick to this broadcast side centre wing. It's ball from behind by Bradley Johnston. Kafari just decides to tap it forward. He might look to kick it off the deck. He does.
This will be interesting.
This is going to be very interesting, and it's going to be called a boundary throw-in.
That was great play by Kafari because he was at number 3-1. If he bent down to pick it up, surely he would have lost the ball and it would have been down the other end.
Scores a level. We haven't had a draw so far in 2024. In Heidelberg Golf Club Division 3, that is. Chance here for Merkel, who's going to snap it around. It's going to go across the face. Kafari and Johnson now to run it out. Kafari, can he keep his feet? He's tackled well by Johnston.
And you'd feel like a point would have been a good result for the locals there because it's such a tight game, so hard to score.
And again, it was Mitch Merkel. It really has been an almost day for the former Greensboro man.
So we're almost into time on now. Ball will be tossed up. Who does it favour? Grabbing out of ruck is Healy. Could he get a handball away? He can't. Ball hobbling around. Johnston. McCaffrey again, another clearance. High ball though will work for the Raiders if they can take the mark. They've still got the numbers, so they're just going to send it back inside 50 through Desmond. The high ball comes. Almost a mark taken again at ground level. No one able to get a good look at it. Umpire calls for a ball up.
And you feel like if the Raiders just can grab this ball now and score, even if they score a point, they'd be sort of halfway home here in a low-scoring game.
Ball gets tossed up. Healy at the back. Nolan. Umpire says play on. Another clearance from McCaffer. Bouncing ball in the middle of the ground, though. Will find its way to the Raiders. They send it back in through Franz. Goes towards half forward. The mark's taken inside 50 for the Raiders. Well, maybe just outside, in fact. This is Whittle. Is he too far out to score? He's going to handball it away. Brunskill, the defender, on the full.
And that missed everything by a long, long way.
20 and a half minutes in. Scores a level, Josh.
And as Doug mentioned, in for a grandstand finished out here at the Garvey Oval. It's Rushton McCoach. We'll probably look to absolutely thump this ball from defence with Kafari manning the mark. The captain looking for options. Will look to go straight through the spine. Just launches one out to the halfback flank for Old Eltham Collegian. Stop mark there from Brunskill. He might get hands on this ball. Nicola with a nice handball. Mahoney, who's worked hard all day in midfield, is wrapped up. Umpire will call for a tip of the centre square. 21 minutes gone. 7:10:52 apiece. Between second and third clash in Heidelberg Golf Club Division 3 as Cooper goes inside 50. The sliding mark taken.
Merkel. It's Merkel.
It is indeed Mitch Merkel. And as I mentioned, it's been an almost day for him. But this, to give Old Paradians back the lead, and it would be a crucial goal at that, or crucial behind even.
Yeah, 40 out directly in front. He just has to score something to break the deadlock.
As he comes in with a slight angle to speak of, the former Greensboro and Penn Hill forward. It leaves the boot really well. He lofted it off the boot. And Mitch Merkel has given Old Paradians a 6-point lead again. 8:10:58. Old Eltham Collegians 7:10:52. 22 minutes gone, final quarter.
Well, that almost game, he might be the match winner. I know he's not the best player on the ground, but that was the most crucial kick all day today. The question is, have the Turtles got something else to give?
9th goal of the season for Mitchell Merkel. And it's a 6-point ball game.
Might even be his biggest goal of the season if they win here, Old Paradians.
As we said, they have not conceded. They have not lost a game at home so far. Ball back in the middle. McCaffer tries to swing it forward. Can't get a clean look at it. Wins the ball back. Rode the tackle. Got the handball away. Just didn't get to his teammate Vindanopoulos on that occasion. The umpire will call for a ball up. So we're at half forward.
And Matthew Williamson has gone into the ruck there for that last centre bounce.
And he's going to do it again here up against Franz. It's a ladder that gets the tap, but it went straight to McCaffer. Was he swung out of it? Didn't get boot to ball. Still a chance here for the Turtles at half forward. It goes back. The kick away, though, is smothered. So still in the balance here for the Turtles. And as a push in the back, it goes to the Raiders. The Raiders will have it through Nolan. Chipping ball, some possession game here might be enough for Old Eltham, for Old Paradians.
Yeah, now the Turtles need to pick up their men. They can't afford to let chip and another minute or so go off the clock.
They send it down the line towards the outer side. Great punch away from Williamson. Ball hobbling around. Still a chance. The clearing kick is smothered. And it's the Raiders that look the beneficiary of them moving the ball forward at the moment. No one's just able to get a clean look. Fitzgerald at the bottom of that tackle will call for a ball up.
And ball up after ball up is going to suit the home team here with maybe 3 or 4 minutes to go.
You would think there's about that time left. Ball gets tossed up. Williamson straight to McCaffer. Another clearance again. High ball, almost a mark. Is a mark taken by Rufus Jones. Excellent grab. He'll go across towards the outer side, and again, they'll take some more precious moments off the clock. 24 minutes gone. The Raiders lead by 6. Down the line goes Colatillo. Here come the Flyers. Keys got a good look at it, didn't take the mark, did well to keep it moving forward. He's grabbed his own footy, Keys, and sends it back inside 50. High floating ball, 2-on-2. Great punch from Jones. Well, it led to the boundary line at will.
And Jones has been good. He's taken an intercept mark about 2 minutes ago, and then that killed that ball over the line. Or as they say in WA, destroyed the ball over the boundary line. and that'll soak up a few more seconds.
25 minutes gone, 6 points the margin. At the back, Franz gave away a free kick for a push in the back. This could be their last chance to muster something, Old Eltham Collegians.
He's going to kick from about 55 on a 45-degree angle.
He's not going to go for goal. He's going to send it to the top of the goal square. Malone's out the back. Flying as well is Learson at ground level. Who works out? It's cleared away by the Raiders. Bouncing ball towards the boundary line. Murphy tries to keep it in. Handball smothered by Colatillo. And we'll have a boundary throw in.
Now, right now, every kick, every handball, every smother, every umpire's whistle has got the crowd on the edge of its seat here.
25 and a half minutes gone in this last quarter. The Old Paradians lead by just 6 points. Williamson gets the tap inside. There'll be another stoppage. They'll be happy with that, the Raiders. They look to go to 7-1. Ball gets tossed up. Again, Williamson. Again, looking for McCaffer. King instead clears it away. Towards the boundary line they go. It's Moroney. We'll have another boundary throw in, and these are just more precious seconds off the clock.
Now, Moroney had a split second to grab it cleanly. He would have been able to get it inside 50, but he just couldn't quite grasp it.
I think they can only draw from here now, Old Eltham Collegians. Yep. Ball gets tossed up again. Williamson, McCaffer, they're looking for him every time. Old Paradians are onto a free kick to the Turtles. This is the last crack. It's a booming ball from McCaffer. They get it towards Hallett, who's moved forward. Off hands. Still a chance for the Turtles. And it's going to be rushed through.
Now the Turtles can win. Now the Turtles can win.
5 point margin, 7-11-53. Old Eltham Collegians. Old Paradians are 8-10-58. Ball in the possession of the Raiders. It's going to be cleared away. And they go outside their defensive 50. Ellis punches it in. Still a chance for the Turtles. Cox, one last roll here. Can they get a mark? Punched away. The Raiders are looking to concede. And they do again. 4 points the difference. 7-12-54, Old Eltham Collegians. Old Paradians are 8-10-58. 27 minutes into the last quarter.
Got to be 30.
Maybe the Turtles can get there in singles.
Have they done enough, the Raiders? They send a high ball outside defensive 50. What a mark, Merkel. And there's your siren. And Old Paradians keep their impressive home record intact. And they pick up a famous 4-point victory in front of their adoring fans. Full time at Garvey Oval. Old Paradians are 8-10-58. Old Eltham Collegians 7-12-54. And the second versus third battle in Heidelberg Golf Club Division 3 has lived up to full expectations.
Desmond, who I believe is our best on ground recipient.
Well done. Congratulations to Sean Desmond, our best on ground recipient thanks to Melbourne Greyhounds. Sean, thank you so much for joining us. Have you caught your breath a little bit after a bit of a frantic final 5 minutes there, but nonetheless, well done on your side getting the job done today.
Yeah, appreciate that. Yeah, it was pretty intense at the end there, but yeah, it's always good to get across the line in those ones.
Now, tell us a bit about, I guess, that final term, because you felt the Turtles were coming hard in that last 10 minutes. What made your defence so strong, and I guess just their ability to keep the ball out of your defensive 50 for long periods of time in that last quarter?
I think it was just the same thing we focused on all game, and we've tried to focus on all year about team defence. It was never about one bloke's opponent kicking in a few goals, and then it was just about how many goals can we not concede as a team, and we just kept that message all day. We stayed together, and we're able to withstand it at the end then.
How have you found, we'll get to opponents specifically, but how have you found the competition this year? It seems we're at a point where just about anybody can beat anyone at the moment, and we've seen how close games have been already this year. We knew the Turtles were a pretty strong opponent, but how have you found competition-wise this year?
Well, to be honest, because we're a new club and so many new players, I think round one we had 10 or 12 new players. It's all new to us, so maybe that's helped us a bit, not having any expectations every week. We treat every game like we could win, lose, and we just go in with the same mindset that we have to give it our all every week. So it's every week's a new challenge, and every week we find out what every team's capable of. So I think that's really helped us. And
what we've seen you capable of so far this season is your ability to win at home. You're now 5 from 5 at Garvey Oval this year, so you're able to protect your home ground pretty well. Is it just a ground that you enjoy playing at as much as it is for you guys to get the win today?
We love playing here, but it's definitely something we spoke about, how important it is with good teams to have a home deck that you rarely lose on, and I think we're just able to play the ground well, and yeah, I think it's just something that we never knew if that was going to be the case, but I think we're finding out that yeah, we are pretty good on Garvey.
Now, what I think we've been so impressed with is the depth of your side this year. I mean, we know that Sam Gilmore wasn't on the track today, and we know how influential he can be, but you've been able to find contributors from just about every area of the ground. Tell us about some of those you felt have stood up, not just today, but throughout the entire season to get you to a point where you're 7-1.
Well, I think the midfield has been unreal all year, and people might think that that's because Sam Gilmore's given them first years, but I think they've proven today. Fitzroy Stars as well. I think it was they don't rely on getting first use of the footy. They can win off their own bat, and they've been great all year. The back line, we've got really good leadership down there. We've got some really young kids, but we've also got blokes like Will Gilmore, Luke Erickson that come in and shown so much leadership, and every week we're getting tired as a unit. And the forward line has taken a bit of time because we've had a lot of different players up there, but blokes are really starting to hit their strides and they're starting to get really cohesive. So I think, it's just spending time playing together. We're getting better every week and learning a bit more about each other, and that's really helping us.
Now, Sean, how have you found your time here at Old Paradians so far? It's first year at the club this year, so I'm sure, just like the entire club in a sense, you've had to settle into a new side and get used to the teammates around you. But you mentioned before about having that chemistry. It seems to be coming across really well. How much have you enjoyed your footy so far here with the Raiders?
Yeah, absolutely loved it. It's as much as you've got a lot of new blokes, we have a lot of blokes that have come across that knew each other and have played some footy together before, so that's really helped. But absolutely loving it. BT and the coaching staff have been so good at bringing this whole new team together, as well as the people involved at the club, making things run really smoothly, and it's just everything's coming together really nicely. Everyone who's come on board that didn't know how it was going to go, didn't really have expectations, it's just been overwhelmed by how much fun we're having as a team, and how great things have been since we've come down.
And that was my next question, actually, just about playing with a couple of players as well. Just looking, Cole O'Sullivan, also a former Eltham player, so it must be very helpful to have those type of players, and to have the leadership of someone like a Sam Gilmore when he's available, and Marcus Nolan, the captain as well, and Ben Turner too.
We got some really good quality footballers and blokes that have played footy for a long time, and I know it was a different league, but some blokes who played some great footy for a long time over in the VAFA, and they've been able to translate things really well over to this league, and even some of their strengths that is a different style of footy over in that league have brought it over to the NFL, and maybe that's something that is helping us. So we've got great leadership, experienced coaching, and I just think that's helping us in really good stead.
Now, just before we let you go, Sean, been great with your time today. Obviously a fantastic win against an old Eltham Collegian side who were undefeated only up until last week. We know how competitive it can be at the top, but does a victory like this give you a bit of confidence that you can go really deep in a run this year?
Again, because we're new to the comp, we don't know what to expect. Something that's been great is just taking it week by week, and every opponent we've come up against has been a new challenge, and we've stepped up to every challenge so far. So I don't think we'll focus on how far we can go. It's just how many challenges can we take on and keep succeeding. If we just focus on that, we should be able to make a bit of a run come the end of the year, whatever that means for the club. But at the moment it's just a week by week thing, and we'll assess in a few weeks. We've got the bye next week, and maybe we'll have a look at the rest of the year and what we want to achieve, But just taking it a week at a time at the moment.
Sean, it's been fantastic having you as part of the coverage. You played an outstanding game today. Congratulations on being a Melbourne Greyhound Best on Ground recipient. $100 voucher thanks to Melbourne Greyhounds. We really appreciate your time. Well done on your team's win, and all the best for the rest of the season.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
That's Sean Desmond joining us as part of our NFNL Match of the Day broadcast. Here was the Best on Ground thanks to Melbourne Greyhounds. A $100 voucher going his way thanks to Melbourne Greyhounds. So fantastic there, and he was certainly one of the contributors that helped get that victory today in Sean Desmond, wasn't he?
Yeah.